Hey everyone! We are a few days away from our first bikepacking trip ever, and we are coming down to the wire. We're super busy. Tia is trying to get ahead of schedule, so there is something for us to pre-upload. So there is something for you guys to watch next week. We have so much bikepacking content that we really didn't want to miss a single week. So that means today I am flying solo, and I am so glad that I am, because I spent the last couple of months trying to get the perfect entry-level bikepacking bags, and I have a great video for you today featuring Rockbros. Before I get on with Rockbros, I want to ask you guys a big favor. Can you please give our video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button? It really helps us out. If you want to follow along with us in the backpacking adventure, hit that bell notification so that you get all of the updates. If you haven't seen what we're up to, why don't you click here? We have a suggestion for you and you can start catching up right away. If you watched our recent video about bags and how to carry stuff on a bike, you'll notice that a lot of our gear ended up being from one company. They are called Rockbros. They make a lot of biking gear, biking bags, and just assorted array of biking things. But it's actually a little bit difficult researching who they are or what they do. So today I'm going to go through the 5 W's, the who, what, when, where, and why of why we went with this company instead of all the others. First off, the who. It wasn't exactly easy finding out anything about this brand, although their name do come up quite often when you search the internet for Rockbros. As it turns out, after doing some digging, I found some information on them, and it was in Chinese. So Rockbros' parent company actually produce sport equipment during wholesaling, and Rockbros is their official brand. They are based in the Guangdong province of China, and they have a pretty big e-commerce footprint, so it's pretty much available anywhere. Okay, next is the what. What do they do? The parent company manufactures a whole slew of things. They go from raw materials all the way into fabrics. And then they also sell finished product like this, wholesale or through their own official brand Rockbros. They do have the bags for sale. A lot of the product that I found that's branded Rockbros is biking specific. Next, we're gonna talk about the where and the when. Specifically, I'm talking about where are they available and when, as in how, what is their availability. Rockbros had a few different companies that they used to host their website. They had a Shopify website at one point, which is now taken down, but you can actually still visit it. But they are just on Amazon now. They have taken advantage of Amazon. They are in pretty much all the major ones: UK, US, Canada, Japan, I believe you can even get it from. Anyways, they are pretty much all over the world, and because they are on Amazon, you can order their products off Amazon Prime, so they are basically available everywhere. Now, the big question is why? Why did we go with Rockbros and not everyone else? And this is not a brand loyalty thing or a matchy-matchy thing where I wanted everything to match. Rockbros just pumped out a lot of great products at affordable pricing. We are going to look at the 4 factors that drove us into the decision: cost, quality, availability, and waterproofness. So let's get the easy one out of the way: availability. There's a big backlog of Amazon orders right now, and a lot of the other providers were taking months to get products to us. So when we were looking online back in early June, the orders for some other companies were already back ordered and will not be delivered until the end of July. So being first-time bike packers, we really needed to be able to look at the products quickly, try them out, and at the end of July, meaning about a week before we leave, it's just too last minute for us. So the fact that Rockbros are on Amazon and they can deliver quickly, that was a huge plus for us. The bag that took the longest to get here only took about 4 days. Factor number 2 was cost. So the price was a bit of a barrier to entry for us. Even though we were using our travel budget to fund this little expedition, we didn't want to sink a whole bunch of money into something that we are not 100% sure that we're going to do more than once. We already had to buy new bikes, so we didn't want to spend thousands of dollars on bags. And yes, big name companies such as Epidural, Giant, or Salsa have great offerings, but it worked out to be about $700 to $1,000 for us to equip our bikes with their bags. So Rockbros came in at a price point that is easily affordable and lowered that entry to us. Another reason why we didn't want to go with the biggest name brands is because we are beginners. So we're not going to be able to take advantage of all the great features that these big companies have in their bags. For example, we don't need something that can carry so much, and our bikes are sometimes not compatible because they're just big box store bikes. So we needed something versatile and low in cost. On the other end of the spectrum of really cheap gear from maybe like a big box store, from experience, we know that it's hit or miss. We are experienced enough hikers that we know, unless you know exactly what you're looking for, a big box store product, it tends to have some quality issues that we were not prepared to risk for our very first bike adventure. So Rockbros came in right at the happy medium of cost, reliability, and quality. So that takes me to point number 3, the quality of the bags. We went through a lot of different bags and we compared and contrasted them, and consistently Rockbros came out on top. We didn't realize that we were going with all of their products until we decided to do our fully loaded video, and then Tias took a step back and literally said, so the only thing on my bike and your bike that's not Rockbros is my panniers and my frame bag, and the frame bag, I'm literally just waiting for the Rockbros bag to get here. Did you do that on purpose? And I was like, no, it just so happened that these were the ones that I liked. So let me give you a sneak peek, an idea of what makes their products so much better. First of all of their bags, I have an example here of a top tube bag. This is my bar bag and my tail bag. It's kind of heavy. Ugh. My tail bag, and last but not least, the frame bag that we were going to be carrying are all made out of the similar type construction. So let's get these things off of here first and open up my top tube bag so I can show you what's going on. So let's take a look at these Rockbros bags and why we were so impressed with their quality and construction. First of all, the Rockbros bags are pretty much all made of 600D nylon inner layer and a TPU outer layer, meaning the fabric itself is waterproof. There is a third layer in between that is not specified, making this bag actually made out of a 3-layer composite. The bag is also watertight by design, and let's point a few of these things out. First of all, the zippers are lined with a different substance, and although it's a little bit difficult to close up, it does allow the zipper to be watertight, so water will not get in here. The little hood at the top of the zipper allows you to tuck the zipper in, giving it that extra protection where the zipper meets the fabric. If we take a look at this carefully, you'll see a bit of a square indentation right at the top. This strengthens this joint so that the bag doesn't rip. There are also many attachment points on the bottom here so that you can attach it to your bike with one attachment point that is permanently sewn on there. And this is the one that you're supposed to use to attach to the top tube of your bike. Sorry, not top tube, the stem or the thread. You know, the part that connects to the handlebars. So that's why we like this particular bag. Let's take a look at another one for another example. Hey, this is the second example that I'm going to give. This is the bar bag. The bar bag is made up of pretty much the same material, and right off the bat you can see the construction here. Everything is double reinforced, and there are plenty of straps for you to strap this onto the handlebar of your bag. Taking a look at the actual opening here, there's a little piece of plastic here that allows you to securely roll this together in a nice neat way. And the inside is also made out of this shiny material, the nylon that we were talking about, making this bag watertight. Another great thing I want to point out with this particular bag is that it actually comes with these foam spacers. There's actually one more for each side, making it so that you can adjust the spacing onto your handlebars as it fits your particular bag. Comparing this to the other bar bag, this Roswell one, it's just not as well thought through. Okay, this is a different construction for sure. This is kind of more of a sausage type style bag. However, it does not come with spacers, so I had to make my own. So this is one downside. And also, the material of this is just normal nylon, so it's not going to offer any type of water resistance. I'm actually even afraid that this will soak up water and end up making the bike a little heavier and just everything a little wetter. So that is something that we loved about this. Last but not least, we wanted to compare the frame bags. So can you see the difference? Yeah, not really, huh? These frame bags are pretty much exactly the same design, same construction, same everything, down to the strap that it came with. However, there was one big difference: the price point. The Rockbros bag, being exactly the same, was 25% cheaper than this one from another provider. So that was a no-brainer for us. Overall, all of these points put together just puts Rockbros at a very, very good competitive edge, and really hits that sweet spot between quality, reliability, and cost. The last point has been really scattered and covered throughout the whole entire video, but what I wanted to talk about was the waterproofness. As you can see, all of the Rockbros bags are pretty much waterproof to various different degrees. They are all at least water resistant, and they all have multiple layers of fabric that makes up its structure. Being dry is a very, very big deal to me. I think it's the same for a lot of people. I do pay a big amount of money to stay dry. I cannot stand being overly damp. So I really want to be commend Rockbros for their design and their use of material. It gives me a lot of confidence that even if we get caught in the rain, my stuff will remain dry, especially things like my tent, my clothes, and most importantly, my socks. Well, there you have it. Those are the reasons why we accidentally collected the whole entire Rockbros set. If you are interested in their stuff, look down below. We have Amazon links for you. Please use those to make your purchases if you are going to. It gives us a little bit of a kickback at no cost to you. It really helps us out. A big shout out to Rockbros, And that concludes our Rockbros review.